All right, we are live on YouTube. I just need for that video to connect to my other monitor so I can grab that link and put it in our free business mastermind group so that our community can join us easily and conveniently on the YouTube live. Okay, the link is there, so let me grab that and copy it and put it in the group. Oop. All right. Now let me just make sure that I can see the live chat over here. Come on, live chat, work with me. Awesome. All right. Um, okay, here we go. All right, now we can get started. So, welcome to her first six figure morning show. That is an interactive coaching and training experience as a part of a free business mastermind group to position Black and Brown female online service based entrepreneurs to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. We're not doing a blog this week because this is my last broadcast day of the week before I head on over to Asia tomorrow morning. So, what we're doing this week is something special. We're doing live coaching of what I'm calling the one thing. Okay. So, you can go to shaycannon.com/one. Let me put that in the chat for you. Boom. So that you can see the questions to prepare you. There you go. So that's shaycannon.com/one, ONE. Because what we're doing is what I'm calling the one thing live coaching opportunity. We did it on yesterday. It was pretty cool. We're going to do it again today. And what we're doing is you have to answer for me 5 questions, and then I'm going to help you based on those 5 questions. So the questions are, what is your business and who are you? That's one question. Who is the one type of client that you serve? What is the one problem you solve for them? And then what is the one main offer that solves that one problem? And last but not least, this is where the money is. What is the one thing in the way of that offer generating six figures? All right. So those are all of the questions. I gave you the link where you can go and see the graphic with the questions on them. Okay. And we already have 2 volunteers for today. Yesterday we helped Dr. Tachi and we helped Heather. So Heather had a question about shifting her offer. Heather, did you have any follow-up questions with that?
Not right now. Probably I'll think about it when it's too late and you're on an airplane.
That's okay. That's okay. Now let's go to Dr. Toya. Now, Dr. Toya has a program that she basically was saying, you know what, when I do this program live, it converts better, but I want it to convert better when I'm not teaching it live and that it's an online, pre-recorded training. So Dr. Toya, did you have any follow-up questions for what we talked about for you on yesterday?
Nope, I am.
Cool bean. That's 2 for 2. All right. So we'll get started with our new contestants on the One Thing Morning Show. We're going to start with Cheryl Ferguson. Cheryl, what is your business and who are you? What is the one type of client that you serve? What is the one problem you solve for them? What is the one main offer that solves that one problem? And then what is the one thing in the way of your offer generating six figures?
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Cheryl Ferguson, president of Ferguson Literary Group. I help advanced self-published authors create sustainable income with their writing. What is the next question? Okay, what is
So
the
that's
one
how you
problem I
serve
solve
them.
for
What's the
them?
one problem that you solve?
Right. It's creating the money, but the one program that we use to start them off is the bestseller drive.
Yeah.
Showing them immediate success. Trust me, when you see the money in the bank account, it motivates you.
Okay.
Let's see.
So now you're answering what is the one thing you feel like is in the way of that bestseller drive generating six figures?
For me, it's the consistency with six figures. Because if we're going through the divorce was just if it was financially interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at, the climate today as well for business is that automation, I think, is going to make the big difference.
And when you say automation, what are you talking about? Because as you know, it
Um,
can mean a lot of stuff.
okay, well, the services that go high level offers. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Um, oh goodness gracious, the CRM program does funnels and scheduling, all that's all the things that I would hand over to a team per se, but have it all in one place under one umbrella.
Yes, yes. I love that. So let me ask you this. So we know that the tech you've chosen is going to be go high level. Have you invested in that yet?
Yeah, today I did.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, because your world is about to change.
I told
But
you second quarter was that focus. First quarter was getting it all organized.
So what I'm going to tell you is what I would do before I start playing with the tech is I would map out on paper what I want those automations to look like. What do I want them to do? When it comes to your funnels, like map out what is the funnel? Like what is the lead magnet going to be? What are going to be the follow-up email sequences? Are we going to start with the main offer that we're going to pitch? Or are we going to start with a tripwire? That type of thing. And if you're going to do more than one funnel, then map out the more than one funnel. When you say your CRM, start thinking about how exactly do you want to use the CRM? Like, what are the things you want to
Mm-hmm.
be sure to capture? Because when you do the brain work on it,
Mm-hmm.
when you go high level, and you go into the Zoom and they help you to build it, or they build it for you, or you hire a team member to go in that Zoom and build it with them,
Mm-hmm.
they have a map of what they're doing that's what you want it to do. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've, as far as the campaigns,
Mm-hmm.
those are done. The other stuff, I'm making note here to do.
Mm-hmm.
Those are very great suggestions, fantabulous suggestions.
Cool beans. Map out before tech. Okay. So it used to be that tech was going to be the problem. You solved your tech problem. We've talked about mapping it out first. What else do you think will get in the way of these automations being successful so that you're building a six-figure revenue stream off of this one offer?
I don't at this point. I don't see any other problems. I
Mhm.
didn't. How can I say it? My tenet these days are basically confidence, consistency, and capacity. And
Yes.
so I moved the whole infrastructure around those things because I do, I do literary services.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are done for you. So that means I really have to deal with capacity. And I don't plan to work 60,000 hours a week. I don't, as even as right now. Um, but when I do work, I focus. I guess that might be the thing, is to be able to continue to focus. Because when I focus, I get things accomplished in a short amount of time, and it allows me to do what I love, um, and to make the most money in the shortest amount of time. So
Cool beans. So I'm gonna also add to you, as far as opening capacity. I'm gonna add the same thing that we talked to Heather about yesterday, which is start figuring out what tools will help you to get through these services quicker so that you do open your capacity. So those tools could be the custom GPTs through Chat GPT, but also, did you guys know that just last week, and this is also Shawana Kennedy Media, listen up, that daggum Canva had their annual Canva Create event, and they've
yes,
introduced new tools and stuff. One of the tools
yes.
that they have introduced, you guys, is something that is like text to code. Okay, so you tell it what you want them to build, and they come up with the code, and they're gonna host it on Canva for you. So when you think about things like different calculators or different I don't know, you can go crazy because you can code dang near
Mm-hmm,
anything, right? And so when you
mm-hmm,
think about, I wish I had a tool that did, you probably can get in Canva and play with it. It builds it and it houses it. And now your workflow is quicker. So that's one of the things that we can start looking into. I have a friend that was explaining it to me, and she's already built all kind of stuff. And I haven't even
hmm
started playing with it yet because y'all know
I haven't either.
I probably not gonna start playing with it until I hit Vietnam because y'all know I think outside the box. So I'm not gonna necessarily think about the little starters that they have, but they got at
hmm
least like 8 starters that you could start playing with it that is giving you ideas on stuff. And you could just
hmm
play with one of those to kind of get used to it. But yeah, Cheryl, open capacity
Those
for
Canva
more.
classes are awesome.
Yes,
Um,
they really
the
are.
other thing about Canva that I'm glad you brought that up is that
Hmm.
they have now started, for lack of a better word, censoring the content that you put into your let's say you do a book trailer or a promotion or your graphics, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
They've started censoring them, and had a girlfriend who got censored. She was listing, she did a graphic for her new book, and she was listing, the highlights.
Hmm.
And they said it was political. And she was talking about her book is about a woman who basically comes through slavery and
Hmm.
the things that she taught. They banned it. They stopped it, and it
Yeah,
was like,
they're
what?
doing some changes.
Yeah.
I had to talk to Dr. Tachi yesterday about a technical change in video editing that they did. So
Uh-huh.
now, they like within a day they changed the fact that if you want to remove the background from a video, that video can't be longer than 10 minutes. Well, I had just
Uh-huh.
removed the background from a 30+ minute video the day before, and then I all of
Uh-huh.
a sudden couldn't remove the background for a 35-minute video, and it kept giving me the error message. I was trying to leave out and come back in. I was like, oh, this must be a
Uh-huh.
change that they're trying to stick to. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
we're not surprised, but still a lot of goodies in
Uh-huh.
there. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I'm not dropping them.
yeah.
I enjoy Canva.
All right, so Cheryl, what we talked about for you is that for all of your automations that you're going to use for the Go High level you just invested in, go ahead and map out and outline these things, just pen and paper, before you go to the tech part. And then you can take your ideas of what you want mapped out to the Go High level customer service, and then they can help you to build it. And the second thing we talked about was opening up your capacity, which is finding some tools that take away some of that time it takes you for each of these bestseller drives, whether it's the fact that there's some kind of online questionnaire, rather than you interviewing, whether it's some type of custom GPT that calculates certain things based on your formula, some kind of way we're gonna need to use tools so that it takes away some of the time you're spending on each of these campaigns so that you're open up to make money off of more campaigns. Did you have any
Uh-huh.
questions?
No, that you pretty much covered it.
Cool beans. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, what is your business and who are you? What is the one type of client that you serve? What is the one problem you solve for them? What is the one main offer that solves that one problem? And for the money maker, what is the one thing in the way of that offer generating 6 figures?
I'm glad you asked. So, first of all, I'm Dr. Tachi, and I'm the founder of Indie Soup Media. I also happen to be a media professor, a filmmaker, a content creator, and a journalist. And I'm really dedicated to bringing fresh storytelling to people's screens, however they watch it. And so I created Indie Soup Media for that purpose. And Indie Soup Media is your go-to destination for authentic, diverse, and fresh independent content that you probably won't find on mainstream platforms. We have a dynamic lineup of talk shows, cultural commentary, lifestyle programming, tech and business insights, and a lot more. And it's created not just by me, but by passionate, talented, independent voices who are our creators. The one type of, I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said yes. My
Oh,
bad, my bad.
okay.
But it's yes, yes.
So the one type of viewer I serve is a viewer that is culturally aware, that curious and culturally aware, and people that are looking for meaningful, engaging, and independent content. Basically, they're the types of people that are tired of the same content we're seeing in legacy media, and they're also looking to support these fresh voices. And the one problem that I serve is the that same thing, the problem of generic, uninspired, underrepresented content, providing that for them. So the main offer, so this is interesting because there's kind of two things. For a viewer, the offer is free access to this curated programming that we have Monday through Friday. But that's not necessarily right now the money making end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the money making end of it is, as we've discussed, the things that are trainings and courses that could be incorporated into this. So I already have a course that is aimed at teaching you to be a better content creator,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
filmmaker, whatever it is that you're trying to do visually. I have a course that does that and looks at it in terms of camera, lighting, and sound called Caliso. So that is that thing. What did I answer everything or am I? Oh, the one thing
Um, well,
standing.
the moneymaker problem. Make it clear what is the one thing in the way of that offer. So let's say the Caliso is now the offer, generating six figures.
Oh, I just have to implement it, and that's that's because I'm too busy working in the business.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So once I can get away from in the business, I'll be able to do those types of things.
Yes. So one of the things that I will say is I love that you have on the channel page, a video that directs people how they can become a creator, right? I love that. We probably need some type of lead magnet um, because your best bet is going to be to build a funnel, not just introducing people to the straight to the course and letting them buy, right? So you're going to have to do kind of like the funnel that we talked about with Dr. Toya on yesterday. We need some type of introduction lead magnet. There can be some type of tripwire in between the nurturing emails, and then there can be that final push and pitch of the Caliso, right? Now, what you'll have to understand is who you're selling to is not just a viewer, it's the subset of viewer that also wants to be a content creator. And you may be grooming the next generation of hosts, show hosts for your network, right? So we have to niche it down to understand we're not just talking to viewers, we're talking to the content creators within the viewership, right? And then we probably need to go ahead and build at least one funnel so that we're referring people to the beginning of that funnel rather than trying to refer people to spend money on the course. Because you're going to have a lot of new people that are tofu, top of funnel, people who don't necessarily know you, aren't necessarily understanding that they want to spend the money with you yet. So what we want to give them is the top of funnel, right? So it could be quiz, it could be lead magnet of some sort that is like a how to do something or how to be something. The quizzes are still working, y'all. So and with between Chat GPT and Canva, you can easily create a quiz. But yeah, something that can get these tofu people in the door and high numbers of leads, and then take them through the nurture system where you offer maybe this free training that's you're talking about one little thing and then it goes on. But if you want to know more to be a content creator, you need to get the Calypso or Caliso, I think it is, which is camera, light, sound, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that that should be what happens. And while you have interns, go ahead and let them know that this is what you're trying to do to see who comes up with the best types of quizzes or the best type of lead magnet or even the best types of email subject matters to go in between as the nurturing sequences. Even if you don't create it right now, you can at least be using their innovative brains to put the pieces together before you do the tech part. Does that make sense?
It does.
Cool beans. Did you have any other questions about Caliso? Because I know you're really kind of waiting to see what your obstacles are going to be when you actually have the time to sit down and do it. But any questions that you can think of right now?
No. Well, so the entire, we talked about this before, but I just want to clarify. So
Okay.
obviously there are three aspects to that, the camera, the lighting, and the sound.
Mhm.
Uh, and we talked about breaking it up. For the main offer, is it something that should be still broken up or all together?
I would have my main offers all together, and then the down sell would be break it up. Is
Okay,
how I would do it. Yeah. So
okay,
we always try to sell more, and then if you feel like you don't need all of it, then we try to break it up and down sell, so that we don't lose the sale.
okay.
Cool beans, no problem. Shawana Kennedy Media. Look, we didn't even know if we were gonna get to you today. We didn't know you was gonna show up today. But now that you're here, to CL, would you like to have some live coachings? I've never known you to turn any down, but I figured I'd ask.
Hello, hello, and you're correct. Yes, yes, I'm here.
Cool
Okay.
beans. Well,
Thank you so
do you
much for
see
this.
all of the questions? Are you ready, or do you want me to repeat them?
Yes, can you
I
repeat them
can,
for
I
me,
can.
please? Thank you so much.
All right. So, what is your business and who are you? Which is how I call your name the whole time. Who is the one type of client that you serve? What is the one problem you solve for them? What is the one main offer that solves that one problem? What is the one thing in the way that, in the way of that offer generating six figures?
Okay, I love this. I love this. All right. Well, I am Shawana Kennedy, and I am the productions director for Kennedy Media, the founder. And what we do is branding strategy and helping people to be seen, heard, and known for their brilliance by way of promoting video visibility, because understanding the importance of that if they want to grow their business. Am I not? Oh, are you waving at me?
I was
Oh.
waving at Heather.
Oh, hello, hello, Heather. Yeah,
Hello.
through our content, the digital strategies, of course, storytelling and content that amplify their business, their brand, so that they can expand.
Okay.
Of course, working with high achieving business owners and entrepreneurs who know that they really do need it and that they need someone to help them do it because my people, they're busy. They're busy and brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things in the problem that we solve, we eliminate the overwhelm of them being inconsistent around showing up online by working with them, helping them to be seen, heard, known, and paid through compelling and consistent media presence.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to look at your questions. What is the main offer that for that problem? We have a signature programs such as a lights, camera, action, which is centered around that visibility,
Mm-hmm.
offering done for you monthly content, video, capturing video and things like that, and even services that go into social media management, things along that line. What is the one way? What is the one thing that is kind of a holdup for most people is leads, the inconsistent leads, because people not truly, even though they kind of know, but they don't know, is understanding the value of visibility by way of video, how that can help amp up and scale their business. You
Mm-hmm.
know, many of my ideal clients, they don't realize how much not showing up is really actually costing them, and it's costing their recognition, which is of course hindering their revenue. And so through our visibility and us partnering together, they can grow. I hope I answered every question.
You did, you did. So the one thing in the way of that one offer generating six figures is you need more leads. Now, the funny thing is that the solution is partly in the solution that you provide, which is visibility, right? So you are very good at video visibility. However, you're going to have to take that talent on the road, we're just going to say. So you definitely are going to have to do more media. You definitely are going to have to do some contributing content. It doesn't have to always be writing, although writing is great. You're definitely going to have to you be a guest on other people's show, just not people being a guest on your show. So what are your efforts around you getting in front of other people's audiences, not just people getting in front of your audience?
One of the things that I have done and continue to do, not a shameless plug, but actually, I've been working with Dr. Tachi, showing up on some of her Be More Ers. One actually airs tonight at 7 p.m. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also had the opportunity to do and I'm trying to get more blog and more views on podcasts. So more podcast views on other people's platforms. Also, I am amping up my own video, to then make sure I'm pointing directly to the pain point of what it is that I help solve, not just things that people do need, the encouragement, all of those things, really being more strategic and intentional in the videos and things that I promote and I put out. Also, one of the things that is coming up, I'm just getting through birthday week here with birthday, yep. I am going to start going live more on TikTok because of the different things that they have going on over there, being advised by some TikTok folks that work with TikTok to start going live at least, they say 3 times a week for 1 hour. And I figured how I can do that is even showing people behind the scenes some of the graphics and some of the editing that I do with videos, not giving it all away, but going behind the scenes, letting them watch me work, if you will, and while I'm talking, and just allowing people to just kind of see. So that's some of the things that's like at top of mind for me in the work that I'm doing currently.
I like that. But I also want you to use other people's platforms more, right? So
Yes.
there are all of these groups, especially free groups, that cater to the entrepreneurs that are your ideal client. So I feel like you need to find more of these groups and pitch them on doing some type of content that will help their entrepreneurs, right? So I want you to pitch more than one group. But the thing is, what you're pitching them is going to be content that you create that's going to be the same content you use for all of these groups. Okay. So for example, maybe we do the content is how to get video ready, right? We're not necessarily trying to solve for them the problem that we sell as a solution, but we could make them ready for the problem that we solve so that they're better clients when they come to us, right? So how to be video ready could be the series. Get with Chat GPT and see what your name of the series can be. See what 52 topics can be, so that you can go once a week, every week out of a year, and boom, now we have a content series that we can put into all of these groups for free, and we're pushing that traffic, right, into a lead magnet and into our own community and into our own offer. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because see, you have the same problem that I have, which is we don't mind doing video. We know how to do good content. However, the reach that we have by ourselves is limited, but growing, but we want more and we need more for the goals that we have. So that means we have to start tapping into other people's audiences more often, and we have to make that a priority. So we have to find a way to, to create this one thing that we now can have a wider distribution on, which is why I don't mind continuously creating new video series that I can get out there and gain more attention and get more SEO in a different way, but also in a way that there's a natural step to my offer, right? So sometimes we are doing content that's great content, but is that content a great converter for what we sell? Right. So, that goes into your self-first content. That's not necessarily the best content to lead somebody to now become a client that needs more visibility for video. Right. So we might do that once a month now. And we use the time that we was doing all that stuff. And now we do another video series. Now we're still expelling the same amount of time in a week, but we may be getting better results. Does that make sense?
It does.
Cool beans. So for you, Shawana, I'm gonna say dip into the media. You know about media. That quoted is the bomb in my email. That might even, I can't remember how I got the Fast Company article, but quoted might be how I got the Fast Company article. I can't remember. Also, you need to be getting in front of more people on other people's platforms. And I'm going to say do contributing content. And I just gave you an example of a content series that you're going to syndicate yourself by offering it to these different groups as added value. Because as a group leader, we struggle with constantly giving value to our people. So if somebody came to us and was like, hey, I want to give value as a part of your group, we would love that, right? As long as you're not breaking rules and doing things that's not aligned with us. We would love for people to come in and give free value, and we ain't got to pay you, and you're not going off cycle from what we believe in. So yeah, people would love that. So I would say definitely start to pitch these groups. First, go and do your research and find these groups, and then start pitching them for this series that you're going to start. And let ChatGPT help you with the work. And you put your stank on it, and boom, now we have a lead generator. We have a little machine that's going to bring us leads all the time. Any
Yeah.
questions on that?
No, that's excellent. It's right. It's right on par. It's right. You did it. So I love it. Yes, girl. Yes, you better go on and fly those friendly skies. I'm excited for you. You already know. You
You
already
can send
know.
me off now.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Too funny. All right. Does anybody have any question about anything that we talked about? Look at the airplane, Dr. Touch. Does anybody have any question about the obstacles that we've discussed either yesterday or today about what is getting in the way of your six figures? And I made you focus on one offer, because what we would love is that offer ladder that we have, each offer on there is a six-figure revenue situation. We're not looking for our offer ladder all together to be one. We would love it if each offer can be its own six-figure generator. So that's why I had you to niche it down to one offer instead of your entire offer ladder. So last call for alcohol. Anybody got any questions or any value adds? How did you like this live coaching situation? Is this something we should do like once a quarter? Did you find value in it?
Yes, it was valuable. I'll jump first. Yes, the last shall be first, Cheryl. The last shall be first. Yes, yes.
Wait a minute. We gonna have to argue a little bit about who was the last that need to be the first.
Lord have mercy.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
It's Dr. Patrick.
Hallelujah over here, saints of God. Yes, yes, yes. Honestly, really, and it was on the tip of my tongue. That's why I jumped in, Cheryl. So you know I love you with the love of the Lord. Amen. Amen.
You know you good. Go ahead on.
I
I'm
know. Hey,
interested.
real quick, because I literally was doing it while Shay was talking. So I'm not sure about the other type of phones, but for us iPhone users, yes, we do recommend that you make sure you are watching Shay and subscribe to her channels with an S. Yes, channels with an S. Also, but for us iPhone users, what I literally did while we were talking, so I make sure didn't want to miss a minute so I could focus on her talking. You know, you can go to your notes and you can do an audio recording that while it is capturing not only the audio, it is automatically doing a transcription. Okay, people, iPhone users, yes, we bond together. We are Wonder Twin Powers. So just a little tip for those who don't know, you can go right to your notes, hit note as if you're going to just audio record it, and it will capture the transcript. So I can take everything she just said, copy and paste it right in ChatGPT and get working right away. That was my value add for today.
Cool. I appreciate you. Cheryl?
I'm glad you brought that up, Shawana, because about 3-4 months ago, you all remember Francine Gregory? She told us about that in our Wealthy Kingdom. No, it's changed now. The Kingdom Thinkings. You might want to join us, Shawana, actually on Saturday mornings. And she can take it even further. So catch up with her. She's on Facebook. She's on Clubhouse. That woman is a tech phenom. And it's like, oh my goodness, who knew? The other thing that I wanted to hopefully add, and that is, we tend to teach what we've done. Getting experience in all those offshoot areas has really paid off for me, because my business, for instance, I don't teach the bestseller program without knowing that I've been a bestseller 4 or 5 times. I don't talk to people about being an international bestseller, but I've been an international, until I was an international bestseller 4 times. And so it's like being able to do to teach because I've done these things is absolutely invaluable. And what I'm learning is, I mean, most of us in here, we're doing what we're teaching, what we're doing, but is that so many changes are happening that it's almost a constant nonstop study program in learning all these little changes. And that's what's so valuable about this group, is because, like what Shawana just added, what you coached us in, all of this contributes to that further education. It's like getting the master's, the PhD, all of that good stuff. And I really appreciate it. When I saw the questions, because they came in the Slack notice, I believe is where I first saw them. And I looked at that and I said, oh, this ought to be easy. And then I started answering the questions. It wasn't that easy.
Nope.
Because I still needed to niche down some more.
Yep.
But what I did realize with what you were saying today is that the offers that compose this whole program, the coaching program, almost every one of them are the six-figure things. That was the nugget that I got out of today. The biggest one is when you said that, and I was like, my goodness, either one of these could work. So it's what season does each of these programs go into? And I'll quit rambling, but thank you. That's my whole point. Thank you so much. Love you dearly.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. Did anybody else want to add to it about either how it was game changing, was it valuable, or a value add?
I think that's, I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll go Dr. Tachi and then Dr. Toya.
Oh, no, Dr. Toya can go.
Okay, well, Dr. Toya and then Dr. Tachi.
I just was going to say, I think the beauty with coaching is that it's like the answers are like not like it's not let's rewrite the whole book, right? The beauty is why you need an outside perspective, kind of why you need somebody that is not in your head and not in the struggle, right? So that they can see clearly. And I think that this series and you kind of making it so yes, to making it a quarterly offering, because I think sometimes for viewers or for other people who do not necessarily do coaching or have coaching, there's a fear or a trepidation, or that it's going to be this long, tedious process. But like at about 20 minutes for each of us, you were able to give these really dynamic shifts that, if executed, can really bring one, ease into our business and a substantial amount of income. So I think that continuing to showcase that is wonderful for everyone. And then just a thank you from myself, right? Again, because I've been sitting with what is wrong, what is happening, for like all since January. Because I was on team give everything 3 months before we start making radical shifts. And I'm like, all right, this ain't working. We're in April. I need a shift. So I'm excited to implement.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Dr. Tachi?
It's process in action.
Mm.
The fact that we hear you every day and viewers get to hear you every day, or Monday through Thursday anyway, and they see what it is and they learn what it is, but sometimes behind the praxis there needs to be that practice. And so the fact that we're actually working through things, and we do to an extent on a daily basis, but this was a deeper dive where people can actually see how this relates to what they can do, or how they can relate it to what they do, because you're coaching us through it. You are, taking us through the process. So it's process and action, which is very valuable. In addition to what we do with the learning end of it, which is great, sometimes you need to be forced to, well, what is this? To define what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep, most definitely. I think that I think a great mistake that people make when they ask for help is not niching down exactly what they need help with. So they either get help that is not as valuable, or they get help they have to wade through to find the value in it. But if we can start with a clear description of the problem, you can usually get a better solution. So yes, that's why I did we got to go through the one thing, one, so that the answer that I give you can be more power packed. So I love that. I love that. And so, yes, I will be considering adding this to our quarterly free business mastermind value, because I enjoy doing it. And now that I know for sure that you guys find it valuable, that makes it a win-win. Did you want to add something else, Cheryl?
Yes, I just wanted to say also that because of the quality of this group, from the personalities to the the work we do to the instruction we receive, it forced me to look at my other groups that I'm a part of and talk about niche down. I cut out quite a bit, and I found myself back in groups or in circles is what it is, of people that took me under their wing when I first got into this business. And it was kind of a shock because I know they're successful, but these people have been on the bestseller list for the last 20, 30 years, nonstop, everything that comes out. And just being able to be there because they're also very good people. That's the thing about here. Everybody in this group is good people. You see what I'm saying? And it's just from the inside out. And that motivates me to be the best, do the best, have the best. And I thank you for that because you don't know what you're missing until you get it and realize I've been missing out. So anyway, just thank you and have a great adventure in Southeast Asia.
Thank you.
As
Thank
they
you.
say in the military, have fun at sea. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So, this free morning show is a part of our free business mastermind group. It's a huge part of it, and we try to give lots of value. It ends up being like class, and usually we have class notes. Not this week, but usually. And if you want access to those class notes, you can only get them in two places. The first place is inside of the free business mastermind group. They live in the files section. However, you can get the class notes and the class rewind delivered to your email inbox. So you can go to shaycannon.com/show and sign up. And every broadcast day, what you will get are two emails, one in the morning to remind you to hop on the YouTube Live, and one in the afternoon with a link to the replay and a link to the show notes. So that's shaycannon.com/show. All right. If you want to know more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, and this highly valuable free business mastermind group, go to the description below and you'll find the link and you will find more information. So, you know you got value out of this episode, even though we were helping other people. I'm sure you got some nuggets that helped your business too. That's the beauty of live coaching. You will benefit even if I'm not talking directly to you. So I need you to like this episode, give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any notifications and any good transformational stuff for your business. And this was one video out of a 2-video series, so make sure you check out the other video. All right. And with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. And when I come back on Monday, what is Monday's date? The 21st. Is Monday. I will be in Vietnam live, so we'll have another background. I'm going to try to curate you a background for the rest of the month and all of that good stuff. So I am off in the morning onto my journey. So thank you guys for all of the safe travel wishes and all of the adventure wishes, because I am going to make it do what it do. And with that, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day.